Okay, chat. Pregnant teen discovers her mom killed her boyfriend.
No, did he already tell you? Yeah. Okay.
Så vänta, jag antar att det här är morsan, det här är guzzen. Hon dödade hennes grabb.
I'm so sorry to be lost.
This is 17-year-old Elizabeth Baldonado. A few hours ago, her boyfriend was found mysteriously shot dead in a back alley.
She's bad. Yeah. She wants to hurt the person that did it. She's pregnant.
Tragically, Elizabeth is also pregnant with their child. Her mother, Ortiz Chavez, is trying to comfort her daughter. What Elizabeth doesn't know yet is that her mother is hiding a dark secret that will ruin the family's life.
Your mom's car is on video leaving the homicide.
You seriously think that they did it?
Yes.
My mom loved that child.
As detectives work the
Jävlar, vad gör du? Ja?
case, more and more clues start pointing towards Elizabeth's family, and as she learns that her own family are now suspected killers, all she can do is deny the accusations, while her mother sacrifices her own children to hide what she's done.
Alright, do you want to talk?
There's no way den här shunon var så fucked up boyfriend att.
It's a quiet Friday morning in downtown Albuquerque. A 16-year-old boy walks alone through a
Han var 16
back
också.
alley on his way to work, unaware that a killer is waiting for him inside one of the parked cars. Then, a single gunshot rings out, striking the teenager in the head and killing him instantly, while the shooter disappears from the scene. Within minutes, multiple 911 calls start flooding in reporting the gunfire. Patrol units quickly respond to the area, and as officers turn down the alley, they're met with a grim scene.
Men vadå, han låg på...
Lying on the pavement
Damn.
is a teenage boy, motionless, with blood pooling beneath his head.
First of all, CCTV footage. I need to cook, literally.
The victim shows no signs of life and appears to have a gunshot wound visible just above his temple. Whatever happened in this alley happened fast, and whoever pulled the trigger is already gone. Officers call it in and begin securing the perimeter. With no weapon in sight and no ID on the body, they now need to figure out who he is and why he ended up here. Backup units soon arrive and start canvassing the area, looking for anyone who might have heard or seen what happened. And before long, two witnesses come forward, claiming they saw something strange right after the gunshot.
Did you hear anything? I didn't hear anything, but I saw people running. One of them is a light-skinned male. He turns around, runs back to the alley, and takes off down the street.
I just saw strange cars that aren't usually here. I've just been circling and I noticed some weird activity and I just had this gut-wrenching feeling that someone was about to get shot because there were just weird people back here. And I saw this kid, this guy right here who shot, he was over here talking to some girl. And last minute I saw him there, I turned the corner and I heard a gunshot when I was on this side of the road, so then I came back over here.
Jag skulle inte ens kunna komma ihåg sånt, för det här är så alltså
According to
traumatizing.
witnesses, a single gunshot was fired, followed by a group of teenagers scrambling in every direction. One of them was seen jumping into a car with a girl before speeding away. The information is vague, but it gives police a starting point. Detectives soon arrive at the scene and launch a formal homicide investigation. While examining the body, they notice something odd about the victim. He's still wearing an apron, the kind used by restaurant staff, suggesting he might have worked nearby. That small detail sends them straight across the street to the only restaurant in sight, Lindy's Diner. Inside, the owners immediately recognize the victim. His name is Josue J. Ruiz, 16 years old, a dishwasher who'd only started a few weeks earlier. They tell police,
Nigga, probably like som tidigast början av det här året.
Jay's grandfather is a regular customer, and officers are able to call him and ask him to come down to the scene.
Damn.
When Jay's grandfather arrives, detectives have to break the tragic news to him. But what he tells them about Jay's life will start to hint at darker things he may have been
Ja,
involved
som
in.
tidigast.
So, I
Jag
don't
ska
know
säga det här året, alltså början av det här året.
to see viewers.
Jag träffade shunon sen när vi var i Drake va?
Josue's passed away.
Det var i augusti.
So that's what we're here for. Is we're here to try to figure out what happened and try to do the best we can. Like Jose. Alright. He's your grandson, is that correct? Okay.
He was involved with something, but I could never get the truth from him. I could never get the truth. There's one friend that he was involved with that, you know, I really didn't approve of. I was just getting ready to move him out, you know, take him somewhere else, you know, so he can have a job or whatever.
Right.
Oh my God.
Although the news clearly breaks him, he takes it with quiet strength, telling detectives that his grandson had been involved in something lately that might be what got him killed.
Bror, att han kan hålla sig och ha composure. Han får de nyheterna.
And as the conversation continues, he mentions one more heartbreaking detail. Jay wasn't just a teenager with secrets. He was about to become a father.
He has his girlfriend over there in my apartment. And,
His
she's
girlfriend's
pregnant.
at your apartment right now?
Yeah, he called me this morning and told me, hey, you're going to be a great grandpa, is what he told me. So,
No kidding. Who's his girlfriend?
Elizabeth, I think it's Maldonado.
She's at your apartment
Right now, yeah.
The revelation only adds to the tragedy. Jay's girlfriend, 17-year-old Elizabeth Baldonado, is pregnant with his child and has no idea that he's gone. Investigators plan to speak with her later, but for now they allow Jay's grandfather to leave the scene and deliver the news himself, telling her that detectives will be in touch soon. If anyone can explain what Jay had been caught up in, it's her. About an hour later, the homicide case is officially assigned to Detective Anna Bruciaga as the lead investigator. After reviewing the initial reports and witness statements, she begins canvassing the area for any surveillance footage that might reveal what happened. It doesn't take long before officers locate a camera mounted outside a nearby school, angled directly towards the alley where the shooting took
Jag
place.
tänkte väl, en CCTV footage måste ha funnits någonstans.
When they sit down to review the footage, they finally get their first visual clue of Jay's killers.
So these are all the cameras that are running two systems, the digital and the analog. The analog sucks, so just a fair warning.
Perfect.
This faces the alleyway. Once the shot happens, the people loading the vehicle will react. So it's the individual box of the vehicle somewhere right here.
So he just walked to the passenger side.
And they react.
It almost looks like a Toyota.
On screen, a gold Toyota sedan can be seen racing away seconds after the gunshot. And through the tinted glass, detectives can barely make out what appears to be two figures inside the vehicle, meaning there are at least two suspects on the loose. A couple of hours later, detectives arrive at the apartment where Jay's girlfriend, Elizabeth, is staying. They believe she might help them understand what Jay had been caught up in, but they have no idea that they'll soon come face to face with one of Jay's killers, someone far closer to him than anyone imagined.
Do you mind if we come in here? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I'm so sorry for your loss. I know that obviously he was possibly having some issues with some people, right? Can you tell me about that?
He doesn't really tell me much about it.
So let's start with today. What did you guys do today?
He took a shower at like 8 o'clock. He was getting ready to go to work at 10. I was making appointments today because we found out that I'm pregnant. Well, he was texting me still until at least around 12 o'clock. And then he stopped answering me for a few hours.
The timeline Elizabeth provides lines up with the shooting. Around 11:20 a.m. is when Jay stopped responding to her messages, the same time investigators believe he was
Så den shunon blev blicked innan shipped. Han blev blicked innan. Oh my gosh, that is so sad, bro.
killed. Beyond that, Elizabeth doesn't offer much, saying Jay often kept to himself and never told her what he was doing. To detectives, it sounds like Jay might have gotten himself involved in something he didn't want anyone else to know about.
Something suspicious.
Maybe a deal that went wrong or a confrontation that escalated. Whatever it was, it's likely what got him killed. Or at least, that's what it seems at first. Because Elizabeth isn't telling the full story. Not yet. And the next thing she remembers won't just give detectives a new lead, it'll start turning suspicion towards Elizabeth and her own family.
A little bit from what I've gathered from Grandpa is that he feels that he was up to no good lately. Can you tell me about that?
This morning, him and my brother were supposed to box it out because this has nothing to do with this at all. My brother and him just don't get along. They bump heads very much. But my brother would never do this. He knows how I feel about Jay.
And which brother?
Mine. Your brother?
I'm saying bro, family business bro. Om en i familjen inte vill ha den där shunon där, de kommer jobba tillsammans. Just saying.
Angelo.
Tell me a little bit about why they were gonna box it out.
Me and Jay, we were arguing about something. I don't remember what. But we started getting really loud and my brother got tired of it, so he came in and told him to stop yelling at me, and then they just started fighting.
Physically fighting?
No.
So did they text each other that they were gonna fight?
No. Jay called me and told my mom that he wanted to box it out with my brother.
According to Elizabeth, her brother Angelo was supposed to box it out with her boyfriend Jay that morning. A teenage fight meant to settle whatever tension had been building between them. Although the fight never happened and Elizabeth insists.
Bro, what is wrong with people bro? Sluta veva med folk. Ja, jag hör det, ta ut eran ilska, men vad grown man? You have no enemies. Torfin, you have no enemies. Bro.
It has nothing to do with the homicide. It suggests the conflict could have been personal. Investigators will now have to follow up on this and look into Angelo's involvement before ruling him out. But before the conversation can continue any further with Elizabeth, Jay's family arrives at the apartment. Word of the shooting has already reached them, but they still haven't received an official confirmation from police. Detective Anna Bruciaga has no choice but to break the tragic news to Jay's mother, a moment that no amount of experience could ever prepare anyone for.
Can you tell us what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck. Bro, att ens morsa får reda på att ens 15-åriga son har blivit skjuten är crazy.
You're lost. Okay. Right now, I don't have much other than officers were dispatched to the alleyway in reference to wholesale people. Okay.
What happened?
No, that's why so we just got called out. That's why I'm trying to interview
Vart är morsan? Höger? Jag antar att det är
as I
höger.
can. That's why I headed here first, and then I was headed your way because I do have some questions. But as of right now, I don't. Okay.
Jag tror ner i vänster är morsan.
With the devastating news delivered.
Bro, hon var så devastated. Jag vet inte om hon svimmade, men hon fall. She fell to her.
Detective Anna Bruciaga tries to gather any insight from Jay's family, but they don't seem to have any. Even his mother can't imagine who would want to hurt him, leaving detectives with no clear leads or motives to work with. As investigators collect Jay's phone and prepare to leave, another woman walks into the apartment, Ortiz Chavez, looking to comfort her daughter. Detective Bruciaga sits down with her to collect some basic information.
Where was this mother? Vart var morsan hela den här tiden? Vart var hennes morsa hela den här tiden? Hela den här tiden, bro. Talk to me, bro. Where was she? Varför var ni inte med din dotter? Varför var du utanför huset?
At first, until Chavez mentions a small detail that catches the detective's attention and quietly puts her on the radar.
What type of car do you drive? I drive one. Toyota. Toyota? Yeah, I could go. Yeah, it's cool. Stalled out on me, I just looked down at whatever.
And you said you just purchased it?
Yeah.
Do you have a plate on it?
Yeah. No, I don't. They took our sticker off the temp tag. They took it off the car.
Where you said it's
Yeah, so earlier this morning it broke down on her and then she just left it there.
As Chavez describes her vehicle, Detective Bruce Iaga immediately recognizes the description. A gold Toyota sedan, similar to the one caught on surveillance footage speeding away just seconds after the shooting.
We got him. We fucking got him.
The connection is hard to ignore. Bruce Iaga notes the details, but decides it's too early to jump to conclusions. Wanting to verify it as quickly as possible, she wraps up the initial interview with the family and heads out with officers to the spot where Chavez abandoned her car that morning. When they arrive, the car is nowhere to be found, and Bruce Iaga starts suspecting Chavez might be hiding something. About 40 minutes later, investigators return to the apartment to interview Chavez privately. And that's when things start to get interesting. By now, it's only been a few hours since Jay was killed, and most detectives would still be collecting statements. But Bruce Iaga's instincts tell her there's no time to waste. So she sits down with Chavez and makes a bold accusation.
Nej, Jara. Flickvännen som är gravid. Hennes morsa sköt pojkvännen. Så kopplar du. Det är som att säga min guzz morsa sköt mig. Kopplar ni?
So here's the thing, okay? So I believe your car was used in today's homicide. Okay?
You're lying to me.
No, I am not.
So you stole my car.
That's why I'm talking to you. Okay, so if you don't tell me who had your car,
Just because what the fuck är det där för emoji? Yo.
Don't know.
It's your car.
I left my car at the side of the road.
Okay.
I didn't lend my car to nobody.
Detective Bruce Iaga is quick to connect the dots, suspecting that it's Chavez's car that was speeding away.
Varför garvar ni alla? Så ni säger att jag kan inte ha guzz yani. Varför blir orden? Walla, ni choke lame walla. Så ni säger till mig, jag kan inte ha guzz, jag kan inte få guzz 2025.
But Chavez claims she abandoned it, and it must have been stolen. However, the detective is about to take things one step further, because if Chavez's car was used in the murder, the next logical question is, who was behind the wheel? And with what Elizabeth revealed about the planned fight that morning, there's only one name that fits. Chavez's son, Angelo.
so what I'm getting at is that what are the odds that your son and his friends have a problem with Jay, and Jay is now dead, and people are telling me it's your car on scene.
But my son said he wouldn't, and they were fun. And I was with them today.
Okay. So you were with them all day?
Yes. My son had an interview at 9 o'clock. And we were over at the Whataburger over there. Cottonwood or whatever.
You drop him off?
No, I didn't leave the Whataburger.
Okay, so you waited for him to be done?
Yes, and we went back together to my house.
Okay, then you guys go back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he stayed there. And I left with myself, the car, to go see Elizabeth.
Chavez's morning timeline only reinforces the
Du
detective.
hade Hinge i flera månader utan matchningar. No, det var för content. That was for content. That was for y'all. Planning. That var för er. Jag säger inte alla seriöst. Det var för er, yani. I was trying to make content, yani. Planning. Type shit. Shuno, jag tror han var 16-15. Han var legit alltså.
Suspicions.
Ja,
If she
ja.
really abandoned her car around 10:30 that morning and it suddenly vanished, then there's a very high chance it's the same gold Toyota caught on CCTV later when Jay was shot. Witnesses also reported seeing a young male and female inside the car. And with Chavez having both a teenage son, Angelo, and a daughter, Elizabeth, things are starting to look very suspicious for her family. For now, though, all of this remains as just early suspicion. After all, detectives know Jay had been hiding
Weak ass pull up. Okay, I can't speak bad about the man on the floor.
things. He was
I'm
secretive, and clearly mixed up in something he wasn't telling anyone about. But there's something eerily strange about Chavez's demeanor that Detective Bruciaga can't ignore. Even after being told her son might be involved in a homicide, Bruciaga can't ignore something secretively suspicious. For now though...
Whitney, alltså bro, hur kan du ens tänka på det här?
All Jay had been...
I know, but somebody did. So...
Did you
shoot Jay?
No, I didn't. No.
Why would
He's a kid. He's a baby.
I know, but somebody did.
But no.
But I also feel like you know more than you're telling me.
But I know.
Because again, I'm telling you, based on your demeanor, I think you know what happened. And I know it's your car. And I am gonna confirm it on video surveillance.
I hope you do, because I'm lost right now.
Again, Chavez's reaction isn't what Detective Bruciaga expects at all. Instead of breaking down or reacting defensively, she simply denies it with a sorrowful face. This response leaves Bruciaga torn between two possibilities. Either Chavez is innocent but in complete shock, struggling to process what's happening, or she's carefully keeping her composure to hide a guilty conscience and protect her children.
Bro, I'm telling you, om jag kunde gråta om Command, Hollywood, you will see me there. Hollywood, nästa så här Denzel Washington-film jag är där.
Either way, she sticks to her story, and with nothing concrete so far, the interview comes to an end. But even without proof, Bruciaga can't shake the feeling that her instincts are right, that one of Jay's killers is sitting in this very apartment. With her doubts only growing, Bruciaga decides to move quickly and verify Chavez's version of events with the one person who can either confirm or contradict it, her son, Angelo. Within an hour, investigators head straight to Angelo's workplace to talk to him in person. Whatever he tells detectives will either clear his family or make things even worse for them.
So there was a shooting downtown today, and somebody died. So I know that you knew him. I think he was actually somebody that you knew because he was dating your sister.
Talking about Jay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is he alive?
No, he's not. He's dead. So I just wanted to find out you just a little bit.
Can you tell his story? You talked to his grandpa?
Yeah.
He's telling his grandfather's sister.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
So explain to me what this whole, your mom and your sister explained, this beef between you and Jay. So explain that.
We had a problem with him and sister. And like I said, we had that with father. And then we didn't really, talk after that. We went our separate ways.
Yeah.
So your sister tells your mom tells you that Jay wants to fight. So when did you guys plan to meet?
I didn't plan nothing. He assumed. And I was just like, we're good, we had all this dispute and stuff, we're good. He said he wanted to do 8 o'clock.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she, you mean your mom said?
He told me that's what Jay told me. That's what Jay told to tell my sister to tell me. But so on and so forth, just like I told him.
That you're supposed to meet. Where were you guys supposed to meet?
He just said he wanted to fight me. 8 o'clock in the morning, so I assumed.
8 på morgonen? Yeah, det här är sjukdom alla. Vem fuck vill veva klockan 8 på morgonen? Bro, jag vill sova. Bro, jag vill ha sovmorgon.
Angelo confirms most of...
There's Shuno's goodness, Morsa, Döda, Hennes Pojkvän är crazy.
What detectives have already heard from his sister and mother, saying Jay wanted to box it out that morning, but the fight never happened. Beyond that, there isn't much new information, and his version of events lines up neatly with his mother's timeline. For now, their stories seem consistent. But until those details can be verified, Detective Bruciaga knows she has to take everything they've said at face value. However, before investigators can dig deeper, Angelo's mother suddenly walks in, and this time, she's far less cooperative.
He's not even a rape, and you're not even keep talking to him. He's telling me. But he's not in trouble, so he doesn't have to be 18.
Morsa fick stress av alla. Morsan får stress för att hon tänker min son han är minderårig 1, 2 han kanske inte vet om det och 3 han kanske kan blow my cover walla.
I said talk to him. I don't understand or I mean it's up to him. If he doesn't want you here, he doesn't have to have you here. Huh? Yeah, my sister and the bar's here. I had to have him go pick up.
Talk to my sister.
So there is one thing that we are going to need, just like you talked with your sister, we didn't get your phone. So we're going to secure it. We're going to. I read it. No. I don't have a phone. But your daughter's up.
Investigation, like I explained to you earlier, Elizabeth. I'm taking your phone. You're not getting it back until I'm done with it. But as soon as I'm done with it, I will give it back to you.
You want me to take you to go find where your car was left? Because we've been all over there and we can't find it anywhere.
Well, I'm gonna go show you this, but I want to make sure that my kids and my family get home. And right now, my biggest concern is I just want to go home.
What's your biggest concern?
I want to go home.
No, you absolutely go home.
Despite investigators' attempts to convince her otherwise, Chavez insists on taking Angelo home. Even if her intentions are innocent, this sudden change in behavior doesn't help their case at all. If anything, it makes it look like an attempt to shield her son from further questioning. With the interview shut down, officers seize the family's phones, hoping digital evidence might reveal what they're not saying out loud. Back at the police station, detectives spend the next couple of weeks combing through statements, surveillance...
Okej, låt mig tänka. Jag försöker tänka så här. Vi säger att sonen och morsan var innan ett. Nu, alltså beroende på... För hon sa ju min son gick på jobbintervju, jag följde med honom, jag väntade på honom tills han var klar, bla 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 bla. Om han inte gjorde det, och någon annan i min familj gjorde det, så skulle jag lämna den personens telefon hemma, och säga den personen var hemma, och ge båda våra telefoner till den personen och kopplar, som att vi låtsas att den personen är oss och vi gör vår grej. Sådana grejer.
Footage and phone data. What they find begins to reshape the entire case. Among the first discoveries...
Bror, det är IQ, bror. Jag säger till er. Har du gjort det? Lyssna. Bror. The CIA, they know everything, bror. De kan allt, bror. They know everything, bror. Jag trodde att jag inte är kapabel till att... Nej, jag trodde jag är inte kapabel till att döda någon. Alltså jag kan, nej. Jag kan inte ens inbilla mig att skada någon. Varför tycker jag synd? Jag vägrar så här. Vi säger när jag cyklar. Du vet, har en body under sin säng, bror. Bra att du inte är kapabel. Vad är det där jävla troll? När jag cyklar, jag kan inte ens åka på en fucking snigel. Jag tycker synd om personen. Jag swerve in the corner, whoa.
Are text messages showing that Chavez was directly involved in arranging the so-called boxing match between her son Angelo and her daughter's boyfriend Jay. In one exchange, Elizabeth texts Jay saying that mom says they'll be there at 8. Other messages suggest there may have been a gun involved. In one text, Elizabeth writes, "I'll be there too because I don't want anything like they pull a gun out." Investigators also uncover signs that Jay and Elizabeth's relationship was deteriorating, with both of them talking about breaking up. In one message, Jay tells her directly, "I'll talk to you when it comes to the baby, but I ain't doing this with you anymore." But even more alarming were the contradictions in the family's statements. Elizabeth told detectives her boyfriend didn't leave the house until 10 that morning. Yet, Jay's phone shows him texting others about Angelo not showing up as early as 8 o'clock. In one of those messages, Jay texts a friend. They didn't show. 8 o'clock, the mom said, and it's 9. Man, her family's a bunch of assholes, I swear. Additionally, detectives uncover another name that hadn't come up before. Elizabeth's older brother, Gilbert. In his messages, Gilbert expresses anger towards Jay and even makes promises of retaliation. By the end of the review, Detective Bruciaga becomes convinced that the entire family might be involved in planning what happened that day. Now, it's no longer a question of what happened, but who did it and exactly why. In the days following Jay's murder, investigators were at a standstill. Because Angelo and Elizabeth are still minors, their mother refuses to let them speak with police, effectively blocking detectives from getting any answers directly from them. But 20 days after the shooting, that changes. Jay's girlfriend, Elizabeth Baldonado, turns 18 years old, and her mother can no longer stop her from talking. Detective Bruciaga seizes the opportunity and convinces her to come down to the station to see the new evidence they've uncovered, carefully leaving out that it's evidence pointing towards her own family. The goal is...
Som Cruise från Coach Carter. Vem är hennes son? Eller har brorsan?
answers directly from them. But 20 days after the turn, the new evidence...
Han har kanske aura igen, I don't know, förlåt, I'm sorry.
...they've uncovered.
Oh my gosh, de spawn-trappar henne. Så snabbt hon fyllde 18, varför är jag så kort? Jag vill inte vara här, alla guzzar här i chatten, the fuck? De spawn-trappar guzzar så snabbt hon fyllde 18, hon sa jalla, kom till stationen, vi ska intervjua dig.
Carefully leaving out that it's evidence pointing towards her own family. The goal is simple. Find out who was directly involved in Jay's killing, or better yet, get a confession. But before we get to that, do you struggle with deciding what to cook at a discount on? Detectives plan to double down on the accusations instead of playing. This time, detectives plan to double down on the accusations instead of playing nice. But this will soon backfire, because unlike her mother, Elizabeth's reaction will be very different.
Now that some time has passed and you've had time to think about it, Elizabeth.
Har du spelat Alien Isolation? Nope. Jag visste inte att det var story game, så vi bannade det.
Because I think you know more than you told me that day.
I don't know anything. I really don't. Why would you guys assume that? Why would I know anything new about that?
Because I have your phones, and I've looked through your phones. And so I do believe you know more.
What would I know more about? About who killed him? About who did it? No, I don't know. I really don't know who did it. If I knew who did it, I would have told you already.
So I know that you and him were having some problems and he broke up with you and you wanted to get back with him and he told you no. I will talk to you when it comes to the baby, but that is it. And he wanted nothing to do with you.
So you're saying that I had someone do something to him? Are you serious?
Okay, here's the thing, okay?
I
loved
him more than anything in the world. I would never do anything like that. I would never have anyone do anything like that because I loved him more than my whole life.
And actually I do know that because you guys texted I love you so much. Tons. So I do know that, okay? But
Och då tror ni att tjejen också är involverad?
I'm investigating his
Nej, det kan inte för det står literally pregnant teen discovers mom killed her.
Somebody killed him. Okay? Have you ever watched homicide shows? Yeah? Okay, so you have to know that if I see anything like that on the phone, you have to know that I have to ask you these questions. Because at this point, I have gone through your phone, I have gone through your brother's phone, I have gone through Sweat's phone, I have gone through other things, and I have to ask these questions because I have a feeling you know more than you're telling me.
I don't! I really don't! I don't know anything more than I'm telling you.
As planned, there is no small talk or warm-up. Right away, Detective Bruciaga tells Elizabeth she's not being fully honest. The approach is blunt, and it's clearly hitting a nerve as Elizabeth quickly grows defensive. But Bruciaga isn't backing off just yet. She's about to bet everything on her next move, laying out every piece of evidence she has against the family in hopes of eliciting an admission from Elizabeth.
Okay. So you brought up that your brother Gilbert had mentioned.
Men nu hon spillde tea så systern kommer få reda på allting.
But he didn't, because my brother knows that if he were to do anything, I would never speak to him again or at all. I would have him part of my life at all.
Och mind you, om guzzen, alltså systern är med där. Jag kommer krascha. Ey, Afro, banna den här guzzen, bro. Vadå? Var fuck fick hon den här fucking emojin ifrån, bro? What the fuck? What's it called? Om systern är med på det här, då kan hon använda det här i fördel till familjen för de kan säga de sa allt det här bla 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 bla.
So Gilbert didn't do it.
Why would my brother do it?
Rädd ska
My
vara
brother literally knows how I feel about him.
So I'm pretty sure you've been in the household and have heard
Sluta
conversations.
hota Whitney. Men det beror på lite.
Correct?
Heard what?
Så min enda mål ska gå.
We did not talk about anything.
Okay. So
Jag vet inte med det. Effort ditt enda skit. Så snart shouldn't tagga I have all the power. Yeah.
Because the car is missing. She literally filed a report that her car was missing that night.
Okay, so you say you love Josue, right?
Give
And
me
he's
more.
the love of your life. So why are you covering for your mom and your brother?
I'm not covering for anybody. Are you fucking serious? You seriously think that they did it?
Yes.
My mom loved that child too.
Okay, maybe not your mom, but what if I told you that your mom's car is on video leaving the homicide? What if I told you that?
You know how many Toyota Camrys that are gold live in the city?
But what are the odds that your brother and Josue were
My
supposed to meet up?
brother was at home. My brother was at home with his girlfriend. They were literally sleeping until he had to go to work.
It's clear that Elizabeth has reached her breaking point. Every accusation towards her family is pushing her closer to the edge. Most investigators would pull back here, take a break, try to de-escalate, but not Detective Brucey.
Holy shit, hon skjuter bara. Hon fortsätter skjuta walla. Hon säger nigga, let me keep shooting bro, let me keep shooting. Inga timeouts, ingenting. Hon säger God damn.
Instead, she decides to take a bigger risk.
God damn! Bigger! Just like that, Hey, chill out.
One that's bold, but calculated. Rather than fighting Elizabeth's denials, she will lean into them, even agreeing that she's only trying to protect her family. In doing so, Bruciaga wants to make Elizabeth feel safe enough to talk and reveal what she's really hiding.
Her plan lean into Elizabeth's claims, convince her she's a victim.
Delicate psychological play, one that could end the interview entirely or solve the case right here and now.
But I'm gonna tell you right now that your mom said she drove Angelo to his interview. Guess what? Angelo said he borrowed the car from your mom and he drove himself to the interview.
Chop on them.
So obviously somebody
Han liknar Cruise.
the car from your mom.
Ni vet väl att skådespelaren som spelade Cruise av mig, Arrow, alltså serien Arrow.
And he drove himself
Fun
to
fact,
the interview. So obviously somebody's lying, and I kind of understand that you don't want to see.
No, you don't. They don't. They did not do it.
Because
you are literally looking in the wrong place. You're just trying to blame somebody just so that you can get someone for the crime. I know they didn't do it because, well, I don't know for sure, but I know they wouldn't have done something like that. They know how much that would crush me, and literally they have seen how much I have died these past 2 weeks.
Okay, and I'm not telling you if I find out your brother. I'm telling you when I gather up all my evidence and I arrest your brother, I hope that you didn't know more.
You guys can think however you like. My family did not do it.
Elizabeth, you can't get out without us letting you out, babe.
Nej, jag tror inte hon vet det här. Jag vet, nej, jag tror inte hon vet riktigt.
Elizabeth, I think you're ready to tell me more than you're telling me, okay?
Okej, chilla, walla, chilla bror. Guzzen vet inte, nigga, calm the fuck down. What the fuck? Grejen är, de utnyttjar henne bara för att hon har fyllt 18 och hon måste cooperate. Ey, lyssna Afro, kan du gå in i systemet och banna den där jävla emojin bror?
You have to realize, Elizabeth, that somebody took your baby's dad's life, and now that baby is not gonna have a father. And as much as you love your family,
Ban that fucking emote, bror. Eller ban that fucking emoji.
they still took your baby's dad
away. Now that baby's not gonna have a dad.
I don't think I know that. This is really all I think about it. Even worse.
Can we finish talking in the conference room? Just because I can't hear, actually.
Yeah, we can't be sitting in the hallway, Elizabeth. I'm sorry.
This is our victim side, so.
Elizabeth's finally had enough. The weight of the questioning breaks her down, and she's emotionally exhausted. Detectives try to take advantage of the moment, hoping her vulnerability will make her open up, but Elizabeth doesn't budge. Through tears, she keeps insisting her family is innocent.
Nigga, what the budge? Nigga, she does not know anything, bruh. Hon vet literally inte att hennes morsa sköt hennes pojkvän, bro. Nigga, that's... My nigga. Om en gud sitter och fucking gråter, hon säger jag kan inte, jag vet inte. Hon sitter och gråter, bro. Jag vet guzzar, ni är jävligt bra på att så här, gråta on command och sånt. Men yani, bro. At this point, walla, låt henne gå hem.
With nothing useful coming from Elizabeth, the interview ends. She's escorted out of the building, and investigators are back to square one. Still, Detective Bruciaga can't shake her suspicions. She knows this family is hiding something. What she hasn't figured out yet is that she's been focusing on the wrong suspects all along. Over the next couple of months, the case remains wide open. Investigators keep digging, and what they find is even more alarming. First, they learn that Chavez never followed through with her stolen vehicle report from the day of the murder. Then, while combing through phone data, detectives uncover explicit threats from Elizabeth's older brother, Gilbert, directed at Jay. In one message, Gilbert writes he's gonna catch one, clearly hinting at plans for violence. In another text, he says, delete our messages and don't say anything about me saying I was gonna shoot him. It wasn't me for real. I ain't trying to deal with cops. Based on these details, investigators start to speculate that Gilbert may have taken things further, possibly supplying a gun or even using it himself to shoot Jay. Chavez, realizing what her sons had done, may have then disposed of the car to cover their tracks and build an alibi for the family. The new findings push Gilbert to the top of the suspect list, right beside his brother Angelo.
Oh my gosh, Gilbert, han är en little person. Vad är det rätta sättet att använda? Yes. Afro block this bitch ass emoji. Hey, with the... Tänkte väl walla. Hey.
Low. But as compelling as the theory sounds, it's still just that. A theory. The case remains strong on suspicion, but weak on proof, and Detective Bruciaga desperately needs anything concrete from the Baldonado family. So, on May 19th, 76 days after Jay's murder, Bruciaga and a team of officers head to the family's house determined to confront them face to face and see if she can pressure someone into cracking. When the investigators arrive at the door, no one expects how quickly things will get heated.
Oh, hi Gilbert, how are you?
Hi.
Can I actually talk to you, Gilbert? You know what it's about because, I've already done some research. I'm not going to talk to you right here in the door. Do you want to come talk to me over here?
Whitney, that shit don't hit as hard though. Like, ha.
Hi, Elizabeth.
No, it doesn't hit as hard.
Good. Okay. Is your mom here?
She's showering.
You might want to go tell your mom that I would like to talk to her again. I'm going to talk to Gilbert if he's willing to speak with me. And Gilbert, again, I don't want to talk to you right here in front of the door. Do you mind coming even over here?
Yes.
So, tell me what you know.
Like I said, I just moved in here.
Okay, so I'm not going to play games with you, okay? I know you threatened to take care of Josue.
Yeah, but I didn't do anything.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't even up here. I couldn't even do that.
Okay, so obviously you do know why I'm here and why I'm talking to you now. You want to discuss, or do you want me to just take it at face value? I already saw the Facebook, so...
I didn't.
Huh?
So you can do whatever. I didn't do shit, so...
Okay, so...
I'm innocent.
Again, in your Facebook, you do disclose and say you're gonna send somebody to take care of him.
Yeah, but did I send
Okay, so, well, who'd you send? Because he died.
I didn't send nobody.
Do I need to be any clearer? He died.
Yeah, but I didn't send nobody. Mom, ain't nobody want to do it. They're all scared.
Can I see your phone? Can I see your phone? Thank you. It's a T-Mobile. Okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna do a warrant on it, okay?
Yeah, take my phone.
Yes. Again, you have to realize that I'm investigating a homicide.
Har vi några jurister i chatten eller? Sanningen, det är amerikansk lag, skit i, det är inte samma sak. Men måste de inte ha en warrant först för att, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking, take that nigga phone.
Okay, a homicide in which you threatened to kill my victim.
So you're gonna take my phone?
Yes. I'm gonna take your phone, I'm gonna do a warrant on it. If for any reason...
Just don't look at the pictures, you know what I'm saying, unless you want to see something, but it's all that something.
Okay. Well, I won't...
Unless you want to see something.
Warrant on it. If for any reason...
Honestly, just don't look at the pictures.
Just don't look at the pictures, you know what I'm saying, unless you want to see something, but it's all that something.
Okay. Well, I won't look at pictures, but I am interested in who you've been talking to, text messages, and so on.
Shunon har dick pics i fucking telefonen.
And so I am gonna do a warrant on it, okay?
With no luck getting anything useful from Gilbert, Detective Bruce Iaga cleverly confiscates his phone, hoping it might hold the evidence she needs but still can't prove. As this is happening, Chavez is seen stepping outside and speaking briefly with officers. She looks like she's in a hurry to leave. Not willing to let the moment slip away, Detective Bruce Iaga plans to intercept and confront her about the boxing match she helped organize to see how she reacts when cornered. This time, however, Chavez isn't the same calm, collected woman from before. What Bruce Iaga gets instead is a very different side of her.
I love you. I was ready to see you.
Can I talk to you really fast?
I have to catch the bus, so I mean, you got 5 minutes of my time.
Okay.
And that's it.
Thank you, Gilbert. Thank you for speaking with me. Have a good day.
We'll check in with you before we leave. Talk to us again.
Hi, Elizabeth. I know you're gonna be quick and all, but so you know why I'm here, okay? I don't gotta repeat myself. I don't want to repeat myself. I don't want to play games.
This is that
okay?
confirmation number from when I had called, because I called that same evening, and
Yeah,
nobody ever came by to look what's
you
called.
didn't report your car.
I did. This
No.
is it. Yes, it is.
I already know.
Okay, you know
They
what,
tried-
Andy? I'm not trying to be mean with you, but this is the confirmation number that.
So why did you set up a fight between Angelo and Josue?
No.
Yes, you did.
No. The
I
little
have
boy called
phones.
over. He called to the house. He was asking for a fight. I was like, wait a minute, what, you want to do what? I was like, are you serious? It was.
Nigga, man tweaking.
Either that way.
För att officers assassin. Jag skulle säga något, men det kanske skulle trigger folk يعني. Men يعني. Men det kopplar.
Well, to sit there and
Säg nej.
do some stupid things. I'm not trying to have stupid things going between the boys. Boys need to learn how to get along.
Like I said,
So
I
are you gonna write
have
this down?
phones.
Men
I
ärligt,
already-
nej. On som relation. Varför är den här detective så på yani? Hon är yani chilla. Hon är
know when you called it in. You never fully followed through.
I did. I waited for them to get here.
Okay, do you have the title to the vehicle?
It's in that vehicle. That's what I was trying to tell y'all. Like, I cannot give you any more information because it was in the vehicle. I didn't even get to register the car or anything.
You've had the car since before January.
Yeah, and I also had to get an alternator for it. You know how much money it takes to just for me to save for just a little bit of a few things? But the little boy, he called. He wanted to make the fight.
Right.
And I
I'm
was
not
asking
saying
myself, like, what do you guys want to do?
I'm not saying Josue didn't set the fight, but you let them know and you set up the fight because they were gonna fight
I
that
let
morning.
them know because they had to know. I'm like, this is what's going on when your sister's left. What do you guys think about this? Yeah, I let them know because they needed to know because that's not right.
So I'm gonna tell you something, okay?
Yeah, my 5 minutes, I'm done.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, okay? When I charge someone, you're gonna be charged along because I know you're hiding the truth and I know you're listening to me, and it would suck for Aurora and Elizabeth's baby to not be present, for you not to be present, because I will charge you because I do know you were gonna set up that fight that day.
Twin! Bro, Mr. Workout, Mr. himself, yani.
The end.
Young lady,
I got it off your daughter's phone. Goodbye.
Bror, jag säger till den här morsan, hon är slick bror. Den här morsan dödade sin fucking pojk. Hennes shunos fuck, hennes dotters pojkvän bror. Bror, jag mår bra alla bror. Vi blev dickna bror. Jag spelade tuke med Abel, Zeizuzi och Eyad. Walla, blev dickna. Vi körde match, så sista matchen blev... Vi gjorde... Så jag loggade. Bro, we need you bro, come back bror. Fuck bro.
Clearly, Chavez is done talking as she storms off the scene angry and defensive. But in her frustration, she lets something slip, admitting that she knew about the fight between Jay and her sons. Though she insists it was all Jay's idea. Before leaving the house, Bruciaga tries once more to speak with Elizabeth to see if she's finally ready to tell the truth.
How you been, Elizabeth? Fine. Are you still pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah? How far along are you?
Well, from my menstrual cycle, she said 14 weeks and 7 days.
So, Elizabeth, you know, we talked last time and I know you were very upset and I can't imagine what you're going through because you're kind of put in between, but I already know you know what happened.
Oh, I don't.
Ey walla, nu ärligt om så mycket den här detektiven måste alltså hon måste chilla. Hon har literally alltså jag fattar jag. Du är en del av familjen, du borde veta allting som händer för du är under taket. Men nej bro, chilla, hon är gravid också.
I don't know what happened at all. All I know is that when his grandpa got back, he told me that Jay was dead.
I would just hate, and I truly, from the bottom of my heart, still believe that you weren't involved. But I would just hate to find out that you were involved. And then where does that baby go? Because he no longer has a dad. That day, there was a witness that describes a female matching your exact...
Bro, säg till, jag har varit delivered på TikTok i 2 månader från den här shunon och alla tänkte shit bro. Han gillar inte mig längre och alla, det fucked up bro. Walla, jag skickade till shunon, värsta edits, allting bro. Just left on, inte ens delivered bro. Just that hasn't been opened.
Description talking to Josue right before he gets shot.
Banna TikTok så snabbt shunon kom till slandet och...
Do you realize how close you live?
I was literally
Again, Elizabeth, listen to me.
And then when his grandpa came home, he walked in on me washing the dishes.
You're not gonna change my mind because, I mean, is it weird that she lives here and she knows nothing?
Well, Elizabeth, you have to think. But can I talk to you for a second, Elizabeth?
What?
So
Say something else.
I know we're not trying to you know upset you any more than you already are or anything like that. But you have to think about how when this case goes to court, one, when people get arrested for things like this, they don't care whose family, friends, or whoever else they can or will throw under the bus to try to get themselves a better deal. When this goes to court and a jury of 12 random people, don't worry about what I think about it. Don't worry about what Anna thinks about it. Think about what those 12 people are thinking about it. You got to think about what's best for him or her.
I don't. Okay. I would have had you guys about that.
If you hear something or something comes up,
I've had 2 since the day.
With Elizabeth repeating the same story as before and no progress made, the officers decide to leave. But Bruciaga gives the family a promise. The next time she comes back, it won't be for questions. It'll be with a warrant.
Shunon ska börja beat meat at this point. Wallah, han tänkte yes, jag kan lära lika beat meat bror.
A month later, on June 15th, investigators finally get the break they've been waiting for. Cell tower data definitively places Angelo's phone at the scene of the murder at 11:20 a.m., the same time Jay was killed, directly contradicting his earlier alibi that he was home with his mother. With this new evidence, a warrant is secured for Angelo's arrest, and Bruciaga returns to the Baldonado residence, just as she promised. That afternoon, 16-year-old Angelo Baldonado is arrested and charged with murder. Now with the prime suspect finally in custody, police have the chance to interview him without his mother intervening. Bruciaga hopes this will be the moment they get to close the case for good. But to her surprise, Angelo isn't about to make that easy, because this time, he has an escape plan of his own.
Hey, Angelo. I'm still in a chair, sorry.
Is my mom gonna be here somewhere?
Is your mom gonna be here? Was she driving down here?
Oh, she was talking to one of the people that was there.
Oh, at the house? I was at the office, sorry, I was no longer at the house. Okay.
She should be coming.
So she should be coming. Okay.
And if not, like, she should be coming.
She should? Okay. So you do remember me, and I actually do know you remembered me because you're like, can I talk to Anna? So, but again, I am Anna Bruciaga.
Yalla, just read that nigga's rights, bro.
So, Angelo, because you are a minor, I am
A
gonna
minor!
rights, and we're
That's why I want my mom here. That's me. Like, I didn't get questions. If I wasn't like gonna talk to my mom without.
So you want your mom here while I read you your rights as well?
Yeah, I want her for the whole thing.
For the whole thing? Okay, fair enough.
That's so much.
At this time, you are gonna get booked for your warrant, okay? It's a homicide warrant.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Again, you know, because you said that you wanted to speak to me with your mom, I can't ask you questions. At this point, I am booking you for the homicide warrant, and that's all I can do.
It's certainly not the response Detective Bruciaga was hoping for, but it's hardly surprising. After months of his mother keeping him away from investigators, Angelo refuses to speak without his mother or a lawyer present. With no cooperation and no confession, there is nothing more detectives can do. Angelo is booked into the county's juvenile detention center, held without bond while prosecutors prepare to take the case to trial. For now, he's the only family member officially tied to the crime, and investigators believe they've finally got Jay's killer behind bars.
Det är ändå sjukt att morsan kan sitta och leka ball och sånt utan att ha hennes son indirekt in jail. Om jag var morsa, det där, alltså, nej, hon har ingen heder att hålla.
But what no one has caught on to yet is that Angelo isn't the one who pulled the trigger. He's just a scapegoat, taking the fall for a killer who's still free and quietly getting away with murder. A full year passes since Jay was tragically killed. His pregnant girlfriend, Elizabeth Baldonado, gives birth to his son in November 2022. Her social media posts show a young woman trying to rebuild her life, sharing photos of her baby, spending time with friends, and appearing to move on in a new relationship. On the surface, it seems like life is slowly returning to normal. Meanwhile, her brother Angelo remains in juvenile detention awaiting trial. The case seems closed, and Jay's family begins to find closure, believing justice has finally been served. That is, until, out of nowhere, police receive a phone call that changes everything. In March of 2023, a woman contacts detectives claiming she's been talking to Elizabeth's older brother Gilbert on Facebook, and according to her, he's just confessed to knowing exactly who killed Jay that day.
I've been kind of watching everything that goes on Facebook, and I was able to see that Gibby was pretty hateful towards his mom, and so I figured maybe I could get him to say something about it, so I messaged him with your brother locked up. Because my mom and him went to go fight my sister's baby daddy because he beat her. And when they got there, my sister's baby daddy tried to pull out a gun, but he got hit before he could even get his gun. But they put the murder on my brother. I said, that's real up. Why they put it on your brother? He said supposedly witnesses were there and said it was him. And they say they also got video and that it looks like him in the video. But you
vad är din purpose på det?
see is a big ass group and then everybody scatters.
Nej, Gilbert vet bara allt. Men han indirekt säger att det var hans morsa och jag antar att han säger hans morsa och hans lillebror var där.
What the your mom didn't tell nobody, it wasn't him. He said no. He said the crazy part is my little brother ain't telling on my mom. Said so your mom did it and let your brother go down, and he said yeah. I said have you tried to tell your brother to tell? He said yeah, but he tells me no. But that's how we was raised. No matter what the situation is, don't tell. And if we do, we gotta face consequences.
Needless to say, Gilbert's confession changes everything. Detectives already suspected Chavez's involvement in arranging the boxing fight, but no one imagined she was the one who pulled the trigger.
Referens till din post. Vad vill du säga?
Investigators begin to theorize that Chavez may have orchestrated the entire thing. luring Jay to the alley under the guise of a fight with her son, only to end it herself with a single shot to the head. But despite what sounds like a breakthrough, Detective Bruciaga knows she can't move too fast. Arresting Chavez now, based only on Gilbert's secondhand confession, could jeopardize the entire case. Without solid evidence, Chavez will be innocent in the eyes of the law. Over the next few months, investigators work quietly, monitoring jail calls between Chavez and her son Angelo. Most of the conversations are vague, small talk, cautious wording, but in one of the calls, Chavez makes an interesting statement. When Angelo asks why his brother Gilbert looks sad, Chavez replies, "He's heartbroken you're in there. I told him it's because I fucked up, because I'm stupid, period." Hearing what sounds like an admission of guilt, Detective Bruciaga seizes the opportunity and visits Angelo at the detention center, hoping this time she can finally get the truth. When she meets with him, she doesn't have to do much convincing, because Angelo is already prepared to make a deal and save himself.
If everything would happen, what we're talking about right now, would I get at least the first degree dropped on? So it'd be the way to work around it.
So if you're wanting to now give a statement, we can definitely schedule an appointment where it's me, you, and the attorney. And then I'm more than willing to talk to you then.
After Angelo agrees to cooperate, detectives quickly arrange a formal interview with him and his attorney present. Angelo ends up corroborating his brother Gilbert's confession, confirming that it was his mother who pulled the trigger and drove away from the scene. With both sons telling the same story, there's only one crucial piece missing to solve the case: a confession from Chavez herself. Without her own words, the defense could argue that the boys are lying or that their statements were coerced. A few days later, an arrest warrant is issued, and Chavez is taken into custody. Detective Bruciaga brings her into an interrogation room determined to secure an admission. Not through confrontation this time, but through empathy. If the plan works, they'll finally close the case for good.
Bror, tänk dig, de kommer säga din son sitter inne för din skull. Din skull, han är 16, han har hela sitt liv framför sig. Han har hela sitt liv, han har inte gått klart skolan. Han har inte fått en fru, han har inte fått barn, han har inte levt sin dröm. Think about your son, man! Tänk på din jävla son.
But if Chavez sees through it, the interview will be over before it even begins.
I know that you obviously recognize me because we've met in the past more than once. Okay? And regardless of what happened then, I'm not going to be rude to you. I'm not going to be disrespectful to you, even though in the past you weren't the nicest, right? But you're here, and I'm not going to be rude. And I expect the same kid. Fair? Okay. Obviously, I know you were visiting Angelo. I know you were visiting Angelo. How's he doing? He's okay? Okay. How are you doing?
He's in there for nothing. He didn't do anything wrong.
I mean, just in general, not just because you already know why you're here. You've been in handcuffs. You've been in the back of the cop car. Just, yeah. So I'm gonna read you your rights, okay? Do you understand? Okay, fair enough. With that being said, what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna stop this interview. You're going to jail on 2 warrants, okay? You do have an open count murder warrant, and you do have, and I have to look at that one to read you the exact, but it's a warrant, okay? And that's not mine. It's not for me to discuss, but that's what one of the warrants is for. Okay?
What for warrant?
Unfortunately, things don't go according to plan. The moment Chavez realizes where the conversation is heading, she immediately shuts down the interview and asks for a lawyer. From here on, it's up to the court to decide whether the evidence against her is enough to prove what everybody already suspects. At the trial, prosecutors present the full scope of the case. phone records, surveillance footage of Chavez's car, the brothers' confessions, and the jail call recordings. They argue that Chavez disapproved of the relationship between her daughter and Jay and was motivated by anger over how he treated her. They also believe she calculated that her teenage son would face lighter consequences if he took the blame.
Bro, I want to see the... Nej, det där fucked up me. Jag vill se the reaction av dottern när han fick reda på
As
det.
for her other children, Elizabeth and Gilbert, investigators determined that neither had any direct role in the shooting. Elizabeth in particular is found to have had no knowledge of her mother's deadly intentions. She withheld some information to protect her family, but was ultimately determined to be a victim caught in the middle. Eventually, Angelo Baldonado pleads guilty to conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and assault with intent to commit a felony, and is sentenced to remain in juvenile detention until age 21. His mother, Chavez, pleads guilty to second-degree murder and, in May 2025, receives the maximum penalty of 18 years in state prison. Chavez is also facing a separate charge related to child exploitation material found on her tablet during the investigation.